Oh shit. 35,000 people have subscribed to this channel. Yay. Usually people do these specials for some milestone that they hit. And I thought, why should I be different? We should also make a video that somehow celebrates that number. And I thought a couple of weeks back, wouldn't it be great if I created a video where I talk about myself? Because, I'm a humble human being, and I'm gonna force my experiences and opinions and whatever upon you through a format that is known as Q&A. A lot of you asked really cool questions, and I'm really thankful that you did. Because, free content, it doesn't just grow on trees. Beauty Hariono. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Well, mayonnaise is a condiment, but mayonnaise is an instrument. Harry Price, what's your favorite genre outside of metal or metalcore? It's a tough question because I genuinely have started to listen to a lot of different genres outside of heavy music. So I guess if you count out rock music as well, I listen to a lot of rap music. One of my favorite rappers right now is NF, and has been for quite a while. Really good bars, and in general he's just a really interesting rapper. Is being a YouTuber a career to you? If not, what else do you do for a career, or what else would interest you? Asks P Diddy J USAF. YouTube is not a career for me. I'm doing this for fun, which explains why my uploads are so inconsistent. I do take YouTube seriously. I do really enjoy reading all of your comments and, do really enjoy making those reviews. But I don't see it as something that is going to become my profession in the future. It's just a hobby for now, but we'll see where it goes. Protege Ajax asks, what was your intentions when creating hardcore? Like, what did you want to do with it, and have you fulfilled those wants? This is actually one of the most interesting questions. So let me take you back in 2012, when this channel was originally created. Something that none of you know is that this channel originally was named something very different, and it was oriented towards a very different audience. I was making Minecraft videos back when I was like 12, and with time I started doing other stuff. I actually was reviewing movies and stuff, which was usually just me reading stuff of Wikipedia. That sort of stage quickly ended for me because I realized I don't get views, no one really cares about this stuff. And so I forgot about the fact that I had a YouTube channel for a while. And then in 2015 I came back to it. I started doing other like music related stuff, but it was in a different language, because some of you may know that my first language is Ukrainian because I'm from Ukraine. And so I was doing videos in Ukrainian. But also when I realized that videos don't get views, nothing gets views, I was like, what do I do? And I forgot about the channel again. And then in 2017, Doris by Suicide Silence came out. It gave me the ability to restart the channel, rebrand it. I named it Hardcore for whatever reason. I regret it to this day. But yeah, I made a meme video where I pretty much took out the tee-hee part from the chorus, and that sort of blew the channel up. And then there was tried out to headbang challenge.
You motherfucker. I'm gonna find you and I'm gonna headbang in front of you for 3 fucking hours.
And now we're here, and that's sort of the history of the channel. It's hard to say what exactly my intentions are. I guess just to share my opinions and share my thoughts on music. I think there's a lot of potential this channel has that I haven't really touched upon yet. Hopefully I will in the closest weeks. Jacob Brandt asked me, do you play in a band, or are you planning to join one? I don't play in a band. I am currently a solo vocalist for my YouTube channel. That's the only place where I sing or scream. And am I planning to join one? I wouldn't say I'm planning, because I never really thought about it very seriously. It would be definitely an interesting experience, and I wouldn't turn it down, but I am not currently in plans with any bands, so. Gabriel Vargas asks, what band was your gateway to metal? My gateway to metal, as in new metal, I guess, was Linkin Park, as for many of us. Back in 2006, I believe, when I was 6 years old, I heard Numb by Linkin Park, and I fell in love with that band and the genre as a whole since then. No regrets. What is the best concert you've ever been to? A week ago with Silent Planet and Currents, it was one hell of a show. Mainly because I was moshing a lot more than I usually do. and I got to meet Garrett Russell at the end, and it was a good experience. It was a really, really nice experience. Tony Sniper, why do you like to sing? What inspired you? Well, I was born in a family of musicians. My mom is a piano teacher, my dad is a saxophone teacher. So I was kind of forced into this whole music thing. At first, I thought that it's just something I have to do. It's just something that my mom and dad forced me to do. But soon enough, I realized that this is something I could do for myself, as just a hobby, I guess. And so I just sing for fun. You know, it's cool to be able to express yourself in such a way, and I am grateful that I have that ability to do so. Gnar asks me, when/how did you get into metalcore? 2014, Of Mice and Men Glass Hearts was the first actual metalcore song that I've listened to properly. Before that, a while back, I listened to Hand of Blood by Bullet for My Valentine, but at the time I didn't know what metalcore was, so I don't think that counts. But Of Mice and Men's song Glass Hearts was the one that got me into this more heavy screaming type of music. And then there was Killswitch Engage, Parkway Drive, and I just sort of, you know, dove head into this whole metalcore realm, and I'm happy I did, because it's an interesting genre, to say the least. Favorite hobby outside of music and videos? I have a cross country, like a mountain bike, that I like to ride sometimes. You know, it's nothing too technical. I don't want to kill myself on the bike, so I just like ride light trails, you know, just for fun. Oh Hayes C Gangsta asks me, opinion on Christmas music, like Last Christmas, Wham, and All I Want for Christmas is Mariah Carey. I personally love it. I don't know why. Random question, very random question. I don't know, I don't have an opinion on Christmas music. It's just like one of those things, you know? One thing I would change about this whole thing is stop playing them at the fucking Walmart. All I Want for Christmas is for you to shut the fuck up, Mariah Carey. Please. Emmanuel Roman asked me, have you ever listened to a Latin America band? Technically I have. Sepultura is Brazilian, I think. But no, outside of that, I haven't really listened to any Latin American bands. So, do me a favor. Write down in the comments your favorite Latin American band, and I'll react to them. I'll review them. Rebecca White. Do you like Ginger? What are your favorite bands or songs at the moment? Funny you say that, because I think I'm obligated to like Ginger. Since they're from my country and they sort of represent my country in metal community, but they're genuinely a very, very banging band. Really heavy metal band with awesome and badass female vocals. And what are my favorite bands or songs at the moment? My favorite band at the moment is The Devil Wears Prada. I went back to check out their latest album, The Act, and I was blown away by it. For some reason, I haven't really checked it out when it came out originally. I was kind of just brushing over it, and I've never listened to The Devil Wears Prada at all. So for me, it was a revelation, this band. I don't have a favorite song in the moment. The song that I've listened to the most is The Thread by The Devil Wears Prada lately. That's the most streamed song of last, like, couple of days for sure. Forever Metal asks, what is your nationality? My nationality is Ukrainian. Tomasz Schwertz. Do you think about making your own music or just doing the vocal covers? Well, I mean, making my own music would actually require some skill, which I don't think I have. No, it's one thing to cover something because you already have a source material, you don't really have to do anything. And it's a whole nother thing to actually write your own music. It's something that if I ever do, I will take very seriously. So for now, I would say no. I don't think about making my own music right now. And yes, I am just doing vocal covers for now because it's easier. But who knows what happens in the future. Maybe I'll have a band or something like that and you'll hear some music from me. I don't know. Are you in a band? Vocals are pretty good. Keep it up. Well, thank you for the compliment, these nuts. And no, I'm not in the band. Destiny Bennett asks, what's your favorite band and favorite vocalist? Favorite band of all time is Linkin Park. Favorite vocalist of all time is Chester Bennington. Ben Hostetter asks, do you mosh at shows? I would say usually no. I like to just watch yes, because I'm a bitch. I'm not a particularly big dude, so I pick my battles. You know, I see sort of what mosh is dangerous, what mosh isn't. But It's fun. It's fun to mosh. It just enhances your concert experience by like a million. Knar asks another question. Favorite food? Well, since I'm Ukrainian, my favorite food has to be pierogis, or as we call them, vareniki. They're pretty much the best food that's ever been created. They taste like God. Cheese potato pierogis are the best. There's nothing better than that. And if you disagree with me, well,
You're wrong.
shut the fuck up, I'm fucking Thor, asks me, do you play any video games? Do you read comic books? And if so, what's your favorite comic book? I do play video games, not as often as I used to before, but the last game I actually finished was a game called Metro Exodus, which is a very interesting game about post-apocalypse in Russia. I recommend you check it out if you like survival first-person shooter type of stuff. Do I read comic books? No, I don't read comic books, but I had to read one recently for a school project, and it was Batman Killing Joke, and I guess that answers your last question. That is my favorite comic book because that's the only one I read. Pug on Your Rug asks me, your thoughts on the new Amity Affliction album? It's really bad. That's all I think about the new Amity Affliction album. William Gonsalves, what's your favorite book? I wouldn't say I have a favorite book, but I have a book that I've read a couple of months ago. It's the book called One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I think I had to read this book back in high school, but I never did. Read it recently, and I was kind of confused by it. It's a weird book. Explores different themes of like mental illnesses. It's definitely weird, but it's an interesting experience. It's kind of tiring to read to be honest. So I wouldn't call it my favorite book, but I just have a bad memory and I don't really remember any other books that I've read lately, so I'll just put that one in. Torna Mixes asks, do you play an instrument? I finished musical school in saxophone, but I also have a guitar, but that's it. Joel Macy asks, ass or titties? Come on, it's personality, dude. It's personality. What a horn dog. Matthew Curtis asks, what was the biggest album letdown from the past couple of years ever? Mine was Pressure by Wage War. Agreed. Probably the worst disappointment I've ever had in my life was Wage War's Pressure. They've had so much potential. I've thought they're gonna be a next big thing, but it's very uninspired and very boring, so yeah, I agree with you, man. I Like Metalcore asks, can you play a guitar? No, but I really want to in the future. It seems like a lot of fun. Ellie Tennyson asks, what is the GOAT of all metal bands ever? Five Finger Death Punch. Muhammad Ryan FND asks, what is your favorite song in terms of lyrics that hit you hard and made you feel something? First song that comes to mind is a song by this band called Let Live. I Learned to Love Myself. And there's a song by Being as an Ocean called Glow. I think that song is one of the most impressive lyrically songs to me. I'll make a playlist in Spotify where I include all the songs that have made me feel something. I'll include it in the description. Madame Gasket asks, MP3 or CD vinyl cassette? I stream music on Spotify, so I guess neither. I guess MP3. I'm not fully streaming. I have some CDs that I don't play because I have nowhere to insert them in this stupid ass computer. Jason Bacon asks, how did you first learn how to scream and how long did it take? I think the first time I've ever like screamed properly was in 2017. And since then I was just kind of practicing on my own, watching YouTube videos. I wouldn't say I've made a huge progress since 2017. Not nearly as much as I should have made, but it's mostly just practice, man. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not a teacher. I don't have a lot of insight on it. But my technique is fry vocals. It's very quiet. It doesn't require too much from your body. Nearly not as much as false chord. Fry screams are, for me, they work the best. So you need to first find the technique that works best for you and sort of practice that one. Petroza7 asks, are you still living in Ukraine or did you move? I moved. I live in Canada right now, and I've been living in Canada for 5 years now. Dustin Walters, what is your favorite video game of all time? Oh man, I'm gonna say Need for Speed Underground 2. Johnny Appleseed, Favorite color? Navy blue. What the Hexadecimal asks, are you an emotional person or do you just have a hardcore? Well, they don't call me a hardcore for no reason. Very Bayes asks, pizza or burger? Pizza, for sure, with pineapple. Mac Hazelnuts asks, do you play an instrument? I saw on your Instagram that you got While She Sleeps guitar pick and wondered if they will be put to any use. Thank you for mentioning my Instagram, which you can follow right now. Thank you so much. And yes, I have caught Matt Welsh's guitar pick on that show, and it's something that I'm really happy about. Well, it doesn't focus on it, fuck it. I think this little thing is gonna be a catalyst for me to actually get into guitar, so we'll see how it goes. Christian Perez asks, what do you think are some essential aspects of doing vocals and trying to get better at it? Definitely knowing your limits. If you're pushing, if you're doing too much, you're gonna hurt yourself, you're not gonna learn anything. Whenever you feel like it's too much, you're pushing something, whenever you feel like your vocal cords might tear any second, just give it a rest, just relax, you know. Good old rest is not a bad thing, so. Jonathan Wilson asks, how do you record audio on your vocal covers? Well, I record audio on my vocal covers using this microphone, a Shure SM58. I also have a little sound interface here, which is connected to my PC, which is being recorded right now to Reaper. And then I do some effects. I mix vocals the best I can with the original instrumental. That's how I record my vocals. Roli Tekaj asks, I know you live in Canada, so do you have a favorite Canadian band? Nickelback. No, it's actually Counterparts. Garrett Chamberlain asks, what did you do to learn how to fry scream? I watched a lot of different YouTube videos on fry screaming and just tried to replicate the sound, and fry vocals work the best with me. Next question! And now we move on to Patreon questions, which, by the way, you can support my channel there and watch some full album reactions if you want to. ZT Laxman asks me, do you play or have played any sports? Well, I come from Ukraine, which is in Europe, which is in Eastern Europe, which is an important clarification because pretty much all we do in Eastern Europe when we're in school and have free time in school, we just go out and play soccer, or as normal people will call it, football. And yeah, that's pretty much the only sport I ever like properly played. Damian Gutu, why did you switch your current reaction setup? That's funny you asked that because I've switched it once again, and that's probably gonna be my go-to setup right now, just because I want to do it from one computer instead of having a laptop out. Short answer to that, I've changed my table, my desk, and I have a different desk right now, which doesn't really allow me to make the same sort of shot as I had before. So yeah, there's your answer. Sam Conran, favorite non-metal artists? I really like Grandson. I think his music is kind of cool. 21 Pilots sometimes can be good. Out of rappers, I really like NF. I mentioned him before. Really talented guy. Machine Gun Kelly's last album was pretty decent. I just don't resonate with him as much. Florian Melcher or Melker. Do you have a moment to talk about Foodin? What the fuck is Foodin? But I do. Jean-Mathieu Vivier asks, who's your biggest inspiration as a vocalist and why? Winston McCall. He used to sound like shit, and now he sounds amazing. That's sort of why he's an inspiration for me. The man himself asks, who are some of your favorite vocalists, metal or non-metal? Within metal, it's Spencer Sotelo, Sam Carter, Winston McCall. I really like Mike Haranica as well. There's a lot more, but I just can't quite remember any others. Wow, and that's been it. That's been it for the Q&A. We've got through like 60 questions, I think, in total. Thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you for everyone who left their comments. It's really cool to like share some of my more personal stuff with you guys. I'll definitely be interested to do something like this in the future as well. But that's it for today. Make sure to go and check out my Patreon page if you're interested in supporting the channel. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for asking these questions. This has been a special 35,000 subscribers video, and I just wanted to quickly mention that I'm really grateful to this awesome community of us. I think it's a really interesting milestone for me. It's definitely a reminder that I need to make better content in the future, and keep improving it, I guess. And I'm really grateful to all of you guys for subscribing, for watching, for sticking with this channel. It's really important. So thank you so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Bye.